New details in the fire that shocked an entire Shelton neighborhood. I'm Stefan Reels. We'll have everything you need to know in the live report.
And an 18-year-old man is fighting for his life after getting into a dirt bike crash in Waterbury. Everything we know coming up in a live report.
UConn Waterbury Hospital's new program is bringing blood on the go. I'm Victoria Anderson, looking at how trauma teams and EMTs are delivering life-saving care faster than ever.
It is Thursday, July 23rd. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 61. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
I'm Erica Arias. Hopefully your morning's off to a good start so far. Good news this morning. You're definitely going to feel the humidity has gone down significantly. And speaking of how it feels outside, we are going outside right now, checking in with Matt Scott. Hey, Matt.
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
And the invitation is still up, ladies. Come on out here and do the news with me because it feels fantastic out here. A beautiful day and well-deserved after the last few days, which have been a little, shall we say, bumpy in the weather department. We're going to settle things down for the rest of the work week and into the weekend. Here's what you need to know before you go on this Thursday morning. A nicer start, a nicer middle. Put it all together, you get a nice finish. The humidity is on hold. That's why it's feeling good out there. 7-day forecast, great stretch into the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up. Live look at the cloud and radar perspective. You see a little bit of cloudiness, kind of just tickling southeastern Connecticut. That's it. That's rain that's staying well offshore, high pressure moving in. We got a flow out of the north and west, and that's keeping things awfully comfy thanks to a lack of humidity. Temperatures, mid to upper 50s to the lower 60s. We top out at 62 in Hartford and Bridgeport. Look at the dew points, or look at the lack of dew points. The moisture content is down with the dew point in the low to mid 60s. High temperature getting to near 80 degrees today. Low to sunshine on tap, and I got to tell you, with a little breeze out of the north and west right now, it feels great outside here on the patio. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll tell you how long we'll be able to enjoy this fantastic weather. We'll talk about where we go from here weekend-wise and when rain comes back into the 7-day. I've got that for you coming up in about 13 minutes. I can give you a personal view of I-84 if that will help the traffic report, Erica.
All right, well, we've got a couple things to talk about as we take our first look here at 6:02 at the traffic flow map. We want to let you know that in New Haven, Route 10 northbound between Legion Avenue and MLK, that is still an issue because of a sinkhole. The right lane is closed. Crews are going to be working on that. We were talking about it yesterday morning, but just keep that in mind. That is still an issue. Also, something to let you know about in Sherman, Route 37. Both directions are closed right now at Chapel Hill Road because of a tree that went down on some wires. That happened late last night, just before midnight. So keep in mind that is closed. And also something to mention in Griswold, 164, both directions are closed at Burton Road because of a crash. A vehicle hit a pole. That happened just about an hour ago at 5 o'clock, a little after 5 o'clock in the morning. So let you know about that as we check out how it looks outside. No issues here through the West Hartford Cam. Both directions moving really smoothly at 6:03. Taking a look at some drive times. No issues in and out of the capital city. So let's pop over to a Cromwell Cam. Looking good. We like to see that. Traffic flowing really steady. And then we've got drive times here. Some more for you. Rock Hill to Hartford, just 6 minutes on 91 North. 91 South, you're cruising at 70 miles per hour. That's just going to take you 24 minutes, Cromwell to New Haven. And then New Haven drive times, no issues in and out of the Elm City. We like to see that. Even the Merritt is still on green. So hopefully it stays that way for your Thursday morning commute. We'll have another check on traffic in just about 10 minutes for you.
And breaking news this morning at Shelton, a fire broke out in a neighborhood on Fox Run. That's where we find Fox 61 Stefan Reels. And Stefan, the heat from that fire did some significant damage, as we see behind you there.
Yeah, there were some neighbors I spoke with off camera who said that when they woke up last night to see the fire, they were just concerned that it was going to continue to spread just because of how massive it was. But I'll just get out of the way so you can really just see all of the damage here. The fire marshal just showed up doing his secondary investigation of this fire that did a bunch of damage. You can really see the bones of this 3 rental unit just completely exposed just because of how much the fire tore through these units. The big thing is, according to the fire chief, who I just spoke with, is that all of this seems to be just concentrated on the first two homes. Those completely uninhabitable. The third one, which is a little bit off camera right now, that one pretty much in one piece. The person who lives there is back in right now. The other two families who occupied these two units that were destroyed by the fire, they weren't able to stay here overnight. So I want to get into a little bit more about what the fire chief said happened. All of this started around 10:30 when crews first got here last night. Neighbors who lived here said that they noticed that the fire was coming from the back of the porch. The fire chief said it eventually spread to the top roof parts of these two units that you see right here, and that's really when most of the damage started to happen. The fire crews were able to get the fire under control relatively quickly in about 25 minutes, according to the fire chief. Everyone who did live in these three units, they were able to get out safely. No one was harmed, so that's the good news right there. All of the Shelton fire stations, they responded to this fire. Most of this fire was taken care of by 11:10 last night. But as you can see right here, both of these homes, again, still very much a full loss at this point. A lot of people have precious memories that they're no longer going to be able to get back, and families now need to find a new place to live. Of course, as we learn more, we will keep you updated on air and online. But for now, live in Shelton, Stefan Reels, Fox 61.
Stefan, things, as you mentioned, feel bad for that family for sure, for all that they've lost. Well, meantime, right now, Sea Bluff Beach in West Haven is closed this morning. Crews have been hard at work there trying to restore areas of the beach that washed away by Tuesday's rainstorm. The city's mayor tells us it could take several days before this section of the beach can reopen.
I think they made a good dent today. I think they're going to continue throughout right up until Friday, usually is when the beach starts to get active. And even though we tell people to stay off the beach, that sometimes doesn't work, so we want to fix it as fast as we can.
Now, the mayor also told us that crews are going to use excess sand from the beach down the road. Meantime, she says there are plans underway to improve drainage systems in that area. And keep in mind, still no swimming at Rocky Neck State Park in Niantic. Recent tests show that the presence of bacteria in the water there was just too high. Swimming at Swans Pond State Park in Fairfield and Wadsworth Falls State Park in Middlefield is also off limits right now. Officials are expected to retest the water, and they're going to open the swimming areas when those levels recede.
A Waterbury teenager is now fighting for his life after police say he crashed into a car while riding a dirt bike. It happened along Thomaston Avenue yesterday afternoon. That's where we find Fox 61's Aaron Coogan this morning. Aaron, what are you learning this morning?
Yeah, well, for several hours last night, police had this entire stretch of Thomaston Avenue shut down to through traffic. We do know it was an 18-year-old operating that dirt bike. He suffered extensive injuries across his entire body. And again, while a tragedy, we do know riding dirt bikes and ATVs on public roads across Connecticut is illegal for exactly this reason. Now, we do want to get you to footage from last night. This is just after 4 o'clock. You can see just how far traffic was pushed back from the crash site. And while the exact circumstances leading up to the crash remain under investigation, Waterbury police say only the operator of the dirt bike was seriously hurt. 3 people inside the car involved were found unhurt. That 18-year-old rider was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. And with dirt bike incidents far from unfamiliar to Waterbury roadways, it's the reason for months now police have operated an anonymous tip line offering commuters a $200 reward for reporting illegal street riding of both dirt bikes and ATVs. Drivers we spoke to admitting the crackdown a necessary step in limiting similar incidents moving forward.
This is very concerning, actually. I've seen a couple accidents on the freeway, even up the street right here by the McDonald's where they have to close off the road. So I don't understand why this happened.
Again, at last check, that 18-year-old is still in the hospital in critical condition. Of course, as we get new information about the investigation or his condition, we're going to have it for you on air and online at fox61.com. We're live in Waterbury. Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
A sad development there. Aaron, thank you. 6:09 now, and did you know, due to the Red Cross regulations, most ambulances don't carry blood? Now a new program is bringing that blood straight to the scene in Waterbury. It gives critical care teams a head start before patients enter the ER. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson shows us how it works.
When every second counts, getting blood to a patient matters. And now, with the help of specialized coolers, the Waterbury trauma team is bringing life-saving care on the go.
The flashing lights and sirens of an ambulance start the timer on trauma care. But for decades, paramedic crews in the Waterbury area have been fighting against the clock while out on the road without one crucial tool. Until now.
So this here is our blood cooler.
Yukon Health Waterbury Hospital has joined just 2 other hospitals in the state, now equipped to send blood on trauma calls.
It keeps our temperature range from 2 degrees Celsius to 6 degrees Celsius at all times.
Paramedics like Jacob Fazikis are dispatched in a separate car designated to deliver the cooler filled with 1 unit of blood and equipped with temperature monitoring technology that meets Red Cross regulations.
Yeah, this is kind of my baby.
Dana Fiella, the hospital's trauma program manager, has seen the need herself and was a huge advocate for the newly adapted program. The only problem, the cost.
The big thing was the budget, determining how we were going to pay for this.
Each cooler costs around $20,000, a price tag the team wasn't able to take on until merging with Yukon Health. But Fiella says the cost of saving lives is priceless, especially when patients may not have time to wait.
Especially for those rural areas where you have like a 20-minute, 30-minute transport time here. Again, those seconds count.
But luckily now, every step of the way,
1, 2, 3.
Crews have access to the most essential tool in the medical toolbox,
GCS
or icebox.
Connecticut is currently experiencing a blood shortage, and programs like this aren't possible without blood donors, especially those with type O blood. We will have a full list of places where you can go to donate on our website at fox61.com. In Waterbury, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
And still ahead, OpenAI says 2 of its AI models went beyond their testing limits and accessed another AI company during a safety test. We'll explain how it happened next.
And also ahead, the White House unveils a new plan to help keep your electric bill in check as AI drives up the demand for power. We'll have much more on that. Stay with us.